have in reality no experience at all of our profession. So they write of something which doesn't exist in reality. And this is very fascinating that when I write books about, when I read books about theater history, it doesn't correspond not at all to my experience. So this meta history of the theater is fascinating because some of them writes in very suggestive style, and then it becomes a so-called literature. You don't get much insight if you want to be an actor or a director by reading the history of theater, because there you have only the playwrights, and their ideas, the movements, symbolism, surrealism, realism, and all this doesn't help you in the moment you are in front of an actor, and actor is waiting from her director certain words which should stimulate him or her.
Going now to the end of this very beautiful discussion, finally I would like to ask you this. Some days ago passed away one of the greatest composers, Greek composers, Mikis Theodorakis, which for us in Greece is a very important figure, not only in art but for his fights against dictatorship, for his fights for democracy, a real artist who composed art and social activity. And it is a kind of paradigm for us. Mikis said once that in this world there are two great forces which they fight: chaos and harmony. And from the result of this fight, humanity proceeds. What do you think about this, let's say, philosophical idea? I am asking you because for us in Greece, philosophy is has a great importance, and I want to close this circle with this question: the relation between chaos and harmony.
I have a feeling that I live on a planet which is difficult to understand. So one can say that everything I look around is a bit chaotic. It has no connections. It is as the single parts are not at once giving me the answer. Let's speak concretely, all the situations of the migrants coming to Europe, all the situation of Afghanistan. For 20 years we've been fighting a war. We have sent soldiers to this country, and then in a few days everything changes. We abandon. Not only we abandon, we are starting talking with our enemies as it was the most normal things in order to protect ourselves from other more violent. So this is difficult. Here you have the forces of chaos or not understanding, and harmony in the sense of a more just society, because at the end it's this, which is the wound we perceive, we feel in the social body, that there is so much injustice. And this injustice we slowly begin to accept and not noticing anymore. this is the most sad thing about ourselves. We are no longer indignant. We consider normal to read, one more boat with 65 migrants is drowned, etc. So he's right. This is a sort of fight, and each of us can only do a very, very small contribution. And this contribution is not enormous. I can only deal with a few people. The only thing I can say is also the image I have. I am like a teacher, and I have only 20, 25 young people around me, and I have to teach them, and I try to teach them. The fact that I'm teaching them, that I share with them what I know, will not change the world, will not make the world better or more just, but for some of them will mean enormously. And then this is, at the end, what gives a meaning in what I've been doing all these years with theater, because it is connected to your first question about the floating islands, about the archipelago. What I have tried to do is just to protect the few people I was around. And when I say protect, to help or accompany them in protecting this spark of life they have themselves. So, yes, we are it exists, this fight, and we can accept it, and then we become also victims, unwilling victims, or you say, no, I fight against, but you are not taking a bazooka in your hands, you don't take a plastic on your body and throw yourself into the adversary's home. No, you just do your craft in a way that it can help yourself first and others.
I would like to thank you very much for this very beautiful conversation, and this relation which I started to speak about in the beginning of our discussion, for us is included in one word: love. We love you and Odin Theatre. We now say this word to you as a representative of Odin Theatre and all its history, which guide us, and it is in our heart, not in our mind. So we wish you the best for the next 30 years and more, and please accept our thanks and respect. Thank you very much.
No, Antonis, this gratitude is reciprocal, because I've also received enormously from you, Irene, Oma, and all your collaborators.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Ευχαριστώ.